Hey there, this is B-Ray549. Thanks for tuning in. Well, today I'm going to start working on my old project that's been around for a while. And it's the restoration of this Union tool chest. This is a Machinist tool chest that I picked up at the coast about 4 or 5 years ago. I started the project and then it kind of got pushed aside because of various reasons. And it's hard to work on it during the cold months because it's out in the shed here. And so let me show you what we've got going on. Basically, I have 3 things I need to do to this. One is I need to apply the leatherette to the box. I need to add the felt to the drawers. And I need to attach the hardware, which would include the corner pieces. There's 8 of those. There's a couple of latches on both sides and the hinges. And I have to do something about this lock situation, which I don't have a lock for it. But I want to finish this off a little bit, so someday I find the lock or find something that'll fit in there. I'll be able to make that change. But I have a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do here, and we'll see what happens on that. So on every project, you got to have plans. And I've got in my project planner the next step that I'm going to do in restoring this Machinist chest. What I've done is I've measured all of the pieces of leatherette that I need to have to apply to the cabinet, and I've laid it out and I've put the measurements on so I know exactly what items to cut, and it'll save you time and also materials because you'll have it laid out in the most efficient fashion here. And this is some of the tools I'm going to be using on this set of the project here. So I've got, first off, I've got the adhesive, which I'm going to use a combination of contact cement and spray adhesive. And on the contact cement side, I'll probably use these cheapo brushes to apply it. And I've got some rollers here that will help roll out any air bubbles in the leatherette. A good sharp utility knife, or this one here is an old knife that I've had for a while. And it's kind of like an X-Acto, but it has a really sharp blade on it. And also, just regular old straight edge razor blades. Actually, sometimes they're better than this handheld one. And that's about it, really. This is the bag of the old hardware, which I'm still debating whether to put the old stuff on or put new hardware on. So I'd like to keep it as original as possible, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, it might look funny with brand new leatherette with old hardware. So I'm going to see what it looks like. If I like it, then we'll just keep it that way. Okay, so next step is to cut the leatherette. Okay, so I'm not going to video everything on the cutting of this leatherette, but I've made a few cuts already. It's really easy. Just use a sharp razor blade, and it's really lightweight and thin. So I have all my measurements written down, and the next one is 16 1/8 by 12 1/2. Cabinet left. Cabinet right. So I'll continue cutting the rest of these, and then we'll go on to the next step. So on the lid, you see it has a provision for a mortise lock. That's going to be next to impossible to find. So I hold out hope that I might find one someday, somehow. But what I'm going to do is to just put a copper or brass disc in there and just kind of like attach it so that it doesn't look so out of place. And so what I found is these pull handles are made out of brass, so I'm going to take one of those and I'm going to trim off this flange here and get it down just so that's a round disc. And I'm thinking it'll fit right in there. Just got to take this off and I'll put it on the grinder and see if I can't just grind that down to a just to a disc, and then I'll attach it to the lid. Okay, so I've trimmed that pull handle down quite a bit, and I'm just going to put that on the grinder now and get it down to just a flat disc. But let me just see how that fits, if it's going to fit or not. And you know what, that fits like a glove. Okay, so I got some hardware in the mail today, and these are the brad hole T-nuts, and these are going to be really nice because they don't have the barbs like this one does, and I really didn't want to hammer that into the cabinet, so I'll use these. And nice thing about these is that you don't have to hammer them in. If you want to anchor them in, you can do that with the brad holes. So I've got enough of those, and I had to go to Amazon to find these. None of the hardware stores carry this size because it's a 832 by 1/4 inch T-nut. And I got a bag of these number 6 by 1/2 wood screws, slotted. I found them at the hardware store, but they're all Phillips head, and I just couldn't break down and put Phillips head on this old cabinet. So that's going to be replacing all of these old screws. And let's just see what that's going to kind of look like. So on these corner pieces, that's kind of what it's going to look like. I am treating the round head for round head. It's just that these are going to be kind of a zinc plated, and this is the other piece. Ooh, that barely fits in, but it does fit in. And that's what the other part will look like. And also, my anvil over here. So the cover came with this, it's either copper or brass chain, and some of the pieces are kind of bent out of shape, so I'm going to have to try to put it back to its normal shape here. Use a little hammer. Although that one there, that was repaired long ago with some copper wire, so I think I'll just leave that because it actually fits pretty good, and I don't have any more of these chain links. So actually I was able to disassemble that chain and reassemble it. I took out the broken link, the one that was repaired by a piece of wire, and it'll be one link short, but I can adjust that on the cover when I reassemble it. Hey, there's one area I just realized that I had forgotten I was going to fill with wood filler, and that's right here. Really can't see it very well, but it's like the wood had been chipped out somehow at some point in time. I don't know, it could have been the original, but I'm going to fill this in with some of this plastic wood and smooth it out. That way when I put my the leatherette there, there won't be like a void there, and it'll be nice and smooth. So I'm ready to apply the leatherette to the front cover, and this will be the first piece that I cover. And so let me show you what I've done. I probably can't see this, but I've marked on pencil an outline of where the cover's going to go, and it's going to go right like that. And yeah, perfect. This is very potent smell, a lot of fumes. I just realized I haven't been taping this, but what I did, I started here with most of this leather hanging down like this. I started right here with these witness marks here, and I smoothed them down, and I kind of went down on the corners like this, make sure there's no air bubbles. And I wrapped it around without, and then I slowly smoothed it down like this until, and I was holding it, and I'm at this point now. So I'm going to make a couple of cuts here. Okay, that's the first corner. And let's see if I can get a good shine on that. Not too bad, actually. Okay, I've got the first leatherette skin applied to the tool chest, and I just got to see how it fits. So, okay, here goes nothing. Slide into there, and that fits like a glove. This comes out, and that little ledge rests inside of that slot, and there it is, folks. First part. Oh, that's going to look nice. And I'm going to show a little close-up here. You can see how I'm going to have that last course end up right in that seam there. And that's where the seam will be. And of course it was not straight all the way across, and I think that was by design of the manufacturer. And you can see how the corners just have a real tight seam there. Next step is to put this the back side of the front cover on, And that's gonna sit right like so. Okay. Okay, so the front lid is done, and it turned out pretty good actually. Got all the air bubbles out of it. I was able to do the full seam across the front here. And that's what the front of it looks like. Let's see how this slides into this tool chest here. And it is pretty good tolerance there. There's not a lot of wiggle room. And then slides up. Yeah. Okay, it's now time to do the hinged cover. And it is ready to be glued up. So, it's now time to use the adhesive spray on the leatherette for the hinged cover. So to do that, I'll go outside, since I don't like a lot of overspray inside the shop. That stuff is super sticky. Okay. This is the front. There. But yeah, I like that. Way better than the old junky wood that was, and the old vinyl that was horribly weathered. Let's kind of get an idea what this is going to look like. This is the hinged cover, and this is the original hardware. I like that. I was thinking about putting new chrome or polished nickel on there, which you can get from Gerstner, but I'm really liking the look of this and the originality of it. And although some of these that I have are kind of weathered, like kind of rusty, well, it kind of, I don't know if it's rust or not, but it's kind of corroded on the bottom, so I'll leave those on the bottom, and you'll never see it because whoever looks at the bottom side of a toolbox. And I'll put the best ones up on top. Yeah, that's gonna look alright. Okay, well, I've got the right side here covered with the glue, and the next step is to put the leatherette on. And this is going to be very tricky because it's very sticky. And you can see I have it all masked up here, so I didn't want the glue going all over the place. So I've got a pencil mark right down the middle here, and that is where I'm going to line that pencil mark up same place. Go like, I think I'll hold it like that. Okay, now the tricky part. You'd think it'd be over, but it's not. The tricky part is, well, I'll show you on this side. That ledge where the blue tape ends. I have to get this little flap in there so that it mates up to the very end. And hopefully I have enough on there. That's what this one side looks like. And we have 2 more pieces of leatherette to be attached to the chest. I've got it all masked up and kind of dry fit here. And the next step is to apply the leatherette. So now then, wrapping this over and down. There, the last piece. All the leatherette is finished. I'm done with that. And there you have it. It is now ready for the felt and for the hardware. And that should go fairly quickly. Hey, thanks for watching. We're almost done with this project. All I have to do now is apply the felt to the drawers and attach the hardware. And then this project will be complete. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. B-Ray549. Thanks for watching.